Okay, hey, welcome to the second video of the Stack Manager. Okay, so here I have a blank stack again, which I have pre-configured with a couple of volumes for logs, for nginx logs, and uh, for website data, and then a port. Okay, so let's start configuring my nginx website. So first start with configuration. So I'm going to use the compartment, which I'm going to use my own, and then the network subnet, the private subnet for the container instances, save. So now let's start working. Oh yeah, one thing actually, the stack name. So let's put this like my website. Okay. So let's start working with the containers. This time we're adding a couple of sidecars as well for the logs, access log to OCR logging, and then pulling the website content from object storage bucket, which I have preloaded using CLI from my local host. So first, let's create a gateway. I also created a gateway for this purpose. So I have nginx blank API gateway running. So let's use that one. It's actually here. There's no deployment here. There's nothing. It's an empty one. But it's in the same subnet, and it has a public IP address. Okay, so that's set. Then let's add the actual container for nginx. So let's put nginx here. Container from Docker Hub is nginx. We can use the tag latest, not mandatory. Then port 80, and then we're gonna use a couple of volumes like discussed, for one for the logs, one for the website data. And basically that's it. Use the defaults for the environment, so no configuration there. And then the exciting part is to add the sidecars. So I have built uh, sidecars for this purpose, and we can select them from the drop down. So we have one for the object storage reads, how do you say, periodically download data from the object storage bucket. And then we have a reader secret from the vault, not going to be used in this purpose, and then a writer for logs, tailing logs to OCL logging. So let's start with the object storage reader. That's from the Docker Hub. So we're gonna need the volume, data volume, and here are some settings that we also need. So one for the object storage bucket. I'm gonna copy those values. So object storage bucket name is something like nginx data, and then the reload delay in milliseconds is 30 seconds. And then the data path, which is the default nginx path. So let's put that as well. Okay, save it. So we have set that. You can expand the view here so you can see the containers and you can see the configuration. Okay, then let's add one sidecar for the logs as well. Same thing. I could change the name, but we can keep the default. So this time we only need the volume for the logs. And then let's set the configuration. So let's copy the log OCID, which I have created. So I have a OCI log created in advance with OCID, and then the log file. Well, let's have the header first. Let's put like my website header to the logs, and then let's copy the access log path, the default access log path for nginx. Okay, so there we have them. Save, expand again. So we have the data and the log settings. Okay, everything is set. We can keep this memory and our CPU settings. And let's start a full deploy. So that should create first the stack, resource manager stack, and then run it through to create the container instance deployment. So let's see how that goes. So first the stacks. Yeah, my website one stack. So ideally we have two stacks. So whenever we are doing deployments, the other deployment keeps on running, and the second one or the other one is being redeployed, so that all the time we have at least one deployment running, so there's no service break for end users. But this time, when we're starting from zero or blank, first we need to deploy the first stack and then the second, and then it starts rotating them automatically. But let's see. So this is the stack. It's in progress. Yeah, we have my website container instances actually deployed already. So we got the IP address and for the deployment, and then um, okay. Yeah, okay, so we have the container deployed, but one thing I forgot to actually put here is the road specification. For it didn't do, for that the reason, the deployment to a API gateway. So I need to add that first. So edit gateway routes. Um, oops. So I'm gonna expand that a little bit and copy and paste the route settings. So there we have just port 80 for the route path, nothing else. Um, so let's save this. Okay. But anyways, the deployment was done and we got the container instance. So we can do another deployment. Meanwhile, it's doing. At this time, it should update also the gateway for the deployment. There's no OK here, so we know that the uh, gateway deployment didn't happen. But meanwhile, it's doing, we can have a look at what it was created. So the stack that was created was with nginx and then the sidecars. So if we go in and see the logs, we can see that the nginx was started and the sidecars. So let's see what we have here. So this is the log puller. It's pulling the logs. Of course, there's no access log at this time because we don't have the access. And then also the object storage reader is running there to pull changes from object storage bucket. But yeah, let's wait for the other stack to run as well. So the second one is running and it's creating. At this time, we should also get the gateway updated because we have the route specification added. So let's wait for a second. And actually, I can go to meanwhile to show the bucket where the content is. So this is the nginx data. So we have a couple of folders with some content here. And then the logs, we can prepare also that for viewing. So it's in the default group, log. So I was using this one, should be empty at this point. So another deployment was created, the second one, and now the gateway is being updated with the routes since we have them. And this got active, and now we got green here. So let's see. So this is the second stack. Yeah. And let's access here. Yeah, so this is the website. The content was pulled and we can access the site, very simple website. And one thing is for the logs. So let's see if we have the logs also. Yeah, we got some logs here. And then we could do another full redeployment so it would run in the first stack and then update the gateway. But I think this is good so far. Thanks a lot. See you in the next one.